In this video, you will learn how to download time series and panel data from Bloomberg directly into Excel using 3 different techniques. I will give you examples specifically thought for economics, finance, and business students who need this data for their dissertation, thesis, or empirical work. The examples relate to very popular data series that students tend to use all the time, so we will download GDP growth and inflation, interest rates, commodity prices, and stock market returns. So without further ado, let's get started. Once you're logged in into the terminal, go to the top left corner of any window and click on this little left arrow. This will take you to the main menu of Bloomberg Functions, which are categorized under Market, Professional Applications, and then you have some more at the bottom, like Communication and Community, News and Research, Economic Analysis, etc. I want to show you how to download macroeconomic data first. So for that, on this menu, we have to click Economic Analysis, which is number 14, and this will bring you to the Economics menu, where you can either click Economic Statistics under number 3, or you can type the shortcut ECST in the search bar at the top. Both methods will get you to this page. Here, by default, I have stats for the UK, but we can change it to US or any other country. In this view, you have the most commonly used macroeconomic data under different categories. And at the top, you have the key indicators, which are the most popular datasets. So let's start from here with the real GDP growth. If you click on this small graph on the right of the name, that will show you the chart at the bottom of the screen. But how do we take this data and put it into Excel? For that, we need the Bloomberg ticker in the second column here. This is a unique identifier for each security in the terminal, and we can extract it easily by right-clicking and choosing the last option, where it says Copy. So now it's in our clipboard and we can paste it in Excel. Since we are downloading a time series, we need a start date, say 31st of December 2009, and also an end date. Since I want the latest available information, I will use the Excel function today, which always returns today's date. Now position yourself in the cell where you want your data to start. So in my case, A3, and then go to the Bloomberg tab at the top and click on Function Builder. This will open a window where you can choose one of these 3 formulas, BDH, BDP, or BDS. The focus on this video will be on BDH, which stands for Bloomberg Data History, because for dissertations we need either time series or panel data, and in both cases we need to go back in time. BDP and BDS are for current data, and I've done a video on those as well. I will also link that one in the description box. So now I'm double clicking on BDH. This formula requires 4 arguments to work: ticker, field, start date, and end date. For the ticker, I will reference cell A2. For the field, select PX last. This is the default field to extract historical data for most security in the terminal. In our case, it will pull the time series for GDP growth. Then reference the start and end date by clicking on the respective cells. This is enough for the formula to work already, but we can insert other optional arguments, such as the frequency of the data, for example. For that, type period, and you will see that it gives you different options, such as daily, monthly, weekly, etc. I want quarterly, so I will type Q. Now you can click OK, and immediately the spreadsheet gets populated with historical growth. Now these numbers are percentage. This is 4.5%, but by default is downloaded as an absolute value. If we want, we can change that in Function Builder. If we go to A3 again and click on Function Builder, this allows us to modify our original formula, and we can add another argument to scale the data. If you type factor, you will see that here it says factor can be any number by which the series is scaled. In our case, we'll need 0.01, because instead of 4.5, we want to see 0.045. Click OK again, and the formula will update. That's awesome. So now let's download inflation data. Go back to the terminal and click on Consumer Prices. The first series at the top will be the CPI growth year on year. If you click on the miniature graph, you will see a pop-up downstairs and how this series compares to GDP growth. So just like before, right-click on the ticker and copy it. Then paste it into your workbook and open Function Builder under the Bloomberg tab. Double-click on BDH like before and reference your ticker. Still use PX last in this case, and now reference your start and end date. Also, I'm choosing the frequency here. Nothing new so far, but now I will add the option to hide the dates. That's because I already downloaded them before when I pulled the real GDP, so now I only want growth in prices. To do that, I type dates and then I double-click on age for hide. I personally like to download the dates only once if all my data is in the same frequency, because it makes everything faster. For example, if I have multiple tickers to get information for, like I'm doing now, I can use the function builder only once, and then if I remove the absolute reference in the BDH formula by clicking F4 until you don't see the dollar signs anymore, then I can just drag the formula across and fill my spreadsheet. Let's now download interest rate data. Use the left arrow at the top to go back to the main menu, and under Markets, click on Sovereign. After, click on WB, which stands for World Bond Markets. In this view, you have interest rates for different regions and different maturities. We can change the tenor in the yellow box and switch to year 2, year 5, and so on. The columns on the right show you price and yield and the respective changes for the day. To download the historical series, click on this little dot to the left of the price. This will load the chart with the last 3 months, but we can go back as far as we want using the calendar. To extract this series, right-click anywhere in the chart and in the Copy Export option, select Copy Data to Clipboard. Then go anywhere in your spreadsheet and paste it. We can download more than one series at a time. Just go back to the terminal and select any other chart dot. If we copy data from this chart and paste it in Excel, you'll be able to download data for multiple securities at one time. Now, to find commodity prices, use again the arrow in the top left until you reach the main menu. From here, click on Commodities and then on Commodity Spot Prices. In this view, you will be able to filter your series on the left of the screen by product, source, and geography. I want the WTI, so I filtered for oil and US. Crude oil will then be my first security at the top, and after you click on it, you will see the ticker and the price at the top of the window. From here, you can type DES, which brings you to the description window for that security. From here, you can copy the ticker from the yellow input box and you can paste it into Excel to use it with Function Builder and the BDH formula. I will fast forward this part because we have already seen how to do it, but feel free to slow down the video if you want to recap. So this shows you that as long as you know how the function builder works and you also know how to navigate the terminal from the main menu to the menu of the asset class that you need, you can put those two together and download exactly the data series that you need for your project. Last but not least, I will show you a quick method to download in one go hundreds of financial series related to the stock market using BQL, which stands for Bloomberg Query Language. So now let's get financial returns, which is another classic for dissertations. Under the Bloomberg tab, click on BQL. And via this window, we can download multiple data series using just one formula. For this example, I want monthly returns for all the stocks in the S&P 500. So I go near the search bar at the top and I click on the F, where I can select members of. Then I type S&P and click on the first result, which is the index. In the second search bar, I can specify the field I want to pull. If I type total return, then I can click once on the first series that pops up, which is the day-to-day return gross of dividends. If I click on Edit Defaults, there are some presets I can choose from, or I can go to the bottom and click on Customize. From here, I can select the frequency of the data, monthly in my case, and the time frame using the calendar. And then if I click Insert and Run in the bottom right, this will pull monthly returns for 500 stocks in a few seconds only. So that was everything for today. I hope that you found this video useful and it's going to help you in your projects. Thank you so much for watching this far, and I'll see you next week.